Cleveland Browns fans won't like this Shedeur Sanders update. An NFL insider has dropped a Shedeur Sanders update that Cleveland Browns fans will probably not like. When the Cleveland Browns selected Shedeur Sanders in the NFL draft, many automatically assumed that he would be the team's quarterback of the future. However, those people all neglected the fact that Sanders was a fifth-round pick and that the Browns selected Dillon Gabriel 2 rounds ahead of him. Clearly, Cleveland was not entirely enamored with Sanders at any point of the draft, but it nabbed him in round 5 because he was clearly a terrific value pick at that spot. But what does all of that mean for Sanders' future? Well, the Browns may be providing a good indication of that in training camp, at least in terms of Sanders' immediate outlook, and it probably won't make Cleveland fans very happy. Zach Jackson of The Athletic has revealed an update on Sanders standing with the Browns heading into 2025, and it doesn't seem like Cleveland is prioritizing him at all. I feel zero urgency from the folks in charge to treat Sanders as anything but a talented, developmental-type prospect, and I truly believe the team is open to multiple scenarios, internally and externally, depending on how things go in August, Jackson wrote. Jackson added that he is 75% sure that Joe Flacco will be the starter come Week 1, giving Kenny Pickett a 20% chance. He gave any other outcome a 5% shot of happening, and remember, Sanders is likely splitting those odds with Gabriel. Basically, the Browns aren't guaranteeing anything when it comes to Sanders, and it stands to reason that they may not view the 23-year-old as their potential franchise quarterback at all. There has been plenty of chatter that Cleveland will take a quarterback in the 2026 NFL Draft, so Jackson's reporting seems to fall in line with that. The Cleveland Sun beat down harder than usual during Monday's training camp, but the temperature wasn't the only thing rising. Just outside the practice field, murmurs grew louder among fans holding "Let Shedeur Cook" signs and wearing custom number 2 Browns jerseys. Unfortunately for them, a new update regarding rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders has shifted the tone of excitement to something closer to concern. And let's be honest, Browns fans have heard this song before. After weeks of speculation, hope, and hype surrounding Deion Sanders' prodigy son, it seems the brass inside the Browns facility is beginning to lean another way. Sources inside the organization have confirmed what many feared. Shedeur Sanders is slipping, not in talent but in trust. And in Cleveland, that's all that matters. The update fans didn't want. According to multiple reports out of training camp and whispers from team insiders, Sanders has been unofficially moved to the QB3 role on the depth chart. Even more troubling? He may not even suit up for the preseason opener against the Chicago Bears. That's right. Shedeur might be inactive while Kenny Pickett and Dorian Thompson-Robinson take the field. This decision reportedly stems from internal frustration over Shedeur's inconsistency in mastering the playbook, coupled with what coaches are calling hesitant leadership. That phrase, hesitant leadership, has set Browns Twitter on fire, and for good reason. The team took a calculated gamble drafting Sanders, knowing the spotlight would follow. But now, that same spotlight may be exposing cracks too soon. He's got the arm, one coach said anonymously. He's got the footwork. But sometimes the huddle looks back at him like they're waiting for him to say something, anything, and it doesn't come. What happened? Sanders started camp with flashes of brilliance. That 60-yard dime to Cedric Tillman had fans roaring on day 2. But since then, the moments have faded. He's missed reads, double-pumped on open throws, and worst of all, looked uncertain in situational drills. Against a defense running basic coverages, he tossed 3 interceptions last Friday. One of them a pick-six that had defensive backs mocking his cadence. A source close to the team described the performance as rookie wall, except we're not even in the season yet. Even coach Kevin Stefanski, who has publicly supported Shedeur at every step, seemed more measured during his latest press conference. He's got a bright future, but right now we're focusing on who gives us the best chance to execute cleanly. Translation, it's not Shedeur. Not right now. The locker room vibe. The locker room, always a good barometer of player momentum, has grown quiet around Sanders. Veteran offensive linemen reportedly prefer taking snaps with Dorian Thompson-Robinson, citing familiarity and tempo. One insider noted that a few of the receivers are frustrated with the erratic timing from Sanders' reps. He talks about wanting to be great, the insider said, but there's a big leap from wanting it to commanding it. Contrast that with Kenny Pickett, once left for dead in Pittsburgh, who has seemingly won over the Browns' coaching staff with his grit, familiarity with AFC North defenses, and silence. He's not flashy. He's not flashy like Shedeur. But he's steady. And in Cleveland, after years of instability under center, steady is sexy. What this means for Deion. The update may also shake things up back in Boulder. Deion Sanders, affectionately known as Coach Prime, has taken an active, some say too active, role in his son's NFL transition. He was spotted at camp last week, speaking with offensive coaches, shaking hands with players, but never far from Shedeur's shoulder. Now, with Shedeur possibly benched for the opener, sources say Coach Prime is considering issuing a public statement, or worse, requesting a meeting with Browns leadership. That could make things messy. The last thing Cleveland needs is a coach-by-proxy situation from Colorado stirring controversy. So what now? Sanders' NFL journey is far from over. Let's not get it twisted. He's a talented player with a ceiling as high as any young QB in the league. But talent is never enough in Cleveland, a town haunted by jersey-length lists of failed quarterbacks and emotional whiplash. For now, the dream of seeing Sanders rise immediately as the Browns' savior is on hold. And Browns fans, loyal and tormented in equal measure, feel the sting. He's supposed to be the future, said longtime fan Marcus Lowry, standing outside the facility in his Sanders jersey. But the future's always 2 years away around here.